All right. I know what you're thinking. It's too early for NFL content. And no, you know what? You are right. It's definitely too early for NFL content. But we're doing it anyway because PrizePicks put their week one props up. And while it might be too early, it's never really too early to talk about a sport that all of us, generally speaking, love the most. So let's do this. I'm Dave Loughran from Stokastic. We got some good ones today. Look, it's almost July, right? That gives us we're almost there. We're like 2 months away from the start of the season. PrizePicks has got them up over there. Some good ones: passing yards, receiving yards, rushing yards. I got one for each of those three categories. They'll be adding more, obviously, as we get closer to week one. But why not dive into it? See what we got working for us here. Hit them on PrizePicks. Hit them wherever you want if they're actually up anywhere else. And hit that thumbs up while you're at it. Subscribe to the channel as well. Appreciate all of you guys. And let's make this happen. Before we do, though, last thing, I promise. Last thing, if you haven't signed up for PrizePicks yet, I mean, you're here, so you probably have. In the event that you haven't and you just stumbled upon this video somehow, welcome. Also, use the promo code Awesemo. Still haven't changed that yet. I guess it's tough. AWESEMO. Get $100 deposit bonus when you sign up using the promo code Awesemo, AWESEMO, over at prizepicks.com or the App Store, Google Play Store, wherever it is. And yeah, for those of you that aren't in legal betting states, there's nothing better than PrizePicks right now. Or if you are in legal betting states, doesn't matter. Jump in, get in some of that player prop action, and build some lineups and 10x your money. All right, first up, let's go Miles Sanders. Those of you who know me know that I've been riding with Sanders for a while now. But can you really blame me? I'm sure most of you are nodding your head. Yes, I can blame you for sure. But just hear me out for a second, please. Please. You heard me out all of last year, but just one more time. It doesn't really get easier than going over 59.5 rushing yards in week one. Yeah, we're diving straight into this. They're facing the Detroit Lions, okay? And Sanders' biggest liabilities have either been proneness to injury or not being able to find the end zone now that Jalen Hurts is at the helm in Philly. But we don't care about touchdowns in here. We're not talking about fantasy, right? This isn't DFS. It's not season long. We're just trying to get over 59.5 rushing yards. And plus, it's impossible to predict injuries on a game-by-game basis, and this is week one, so I like that. Again, you have to work with what we know. And here's what we know about Sanders. Okay, this is where I'm going to do the best job possible to convince you that Miles Sanders is not dead yet. 5.5 yards per attempt on 137 carries last year. Of any running back to attempt 130 carries or more, he was tied for first in yards per carry with Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, and Tony Pollard. Pretty good company to be in. And I get why you're down on Sanders if you're someone that nodded your head or shook your head in disapproval just a minute ago. I get why you'd be down on him, and he's let me down a ton. We all know that. But you have to look at the production down the stretch last year and how the offense completely transformed over the second half of the season. I know A.J. Brown is here. They're going to look to be an efficient offense and throw, but they still obviously want to run the football. PFF graded them with the best offensive line in the league. They're dominant run blocking team. They're bringing almost everybody back. How do you not like this? I mean, no team had a higher run play percentage than the Eagles last year. They ran the ball over 32 times per game, and most of that was in the second half of the season. And even if you don't think Sanders is going to be the bell cow, he will. You're still looking at a lot of carries. He averaged 17 carries per game when he was healthy, coming back in week 11 last year. And the Eagles are 4-point road favorites in Detroit against the Lions team that ceded 236 rushing yards on 46 attempts to Philly last year. And that's when Sanders wasn't even on the field. So yeah, do I think Sanders can get to 60 yards? 100%, and he will. Also, Brandin Cooks, my guy. You know I love Brandin Cooks. I took some heat in some fantasy circles last year. I mean, really just in the comments, but that's going to happen for being high on Brandin Cooks. The reason I'm always high on a guy like Cooks, though, is even without a quality quarterback, he's going to get peppered with targets. And that's all you're looking for here. 55.5 receiving yards on Brandin Cooks in week one against the Colts. He's a good receiver, too. It's not just a bad receiver that's the best of bad options and gets a lot of targets. He's actually good. He was the 13th most targeted wide receiver in the league last year. He had the 11th highest target share in football, and he pieced together another 1,000-yard season. He did miss a game, so it was only 16 games. And that's his sixth in the past 7 years to reach 1,000 yards. He played 6 games with Tyrod Taylor, and 10 starts with Davis Mills, who was a rookie 3rd-round pick. If you can put up 1,000 yards there, how do you not like over 55.5 in week 1? Especially considering, what if I told you that Davis Mills was 11th in 300-yard passing games last year? He was tied with Aaron Rodgers and one short of Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes, who had 5. And Davis Mills only started 10 games. You could chalk that up to garbage time too. I don't care. It literally doesn't matter to me as long as he's racking up yards. He also showed a lot of improvements in the final 5 weeks of the season. He was top 10 in all of the following categories: passing yards, touchdowns, passer rating, and completion percentage. And he was 12th in yards per attempt. And listen, this isn't me rioting for Davis Mills. I'm not exactly excited about him, but he wasn't incapable of moving the ball, whether it's a blowout or not, right? He's not afraid to chuck it downfield either. Cooks was 14th in deep targets, even though not many of them connected. And while I don't love the one thing I hate is that the Colts will control time of possession with their run game for sure with Jonathan Taylor. Who cares if it's a blowout though? Mills is just going to be forced to throw more when they do have the ball. So yeah, time of possession is the one thing I don't like, but other than that, I don't really care. I mean, they spend a 15th overall pick on a versatile offensive lineman in Kenyon Green. And Cooks is the only wide receiver or NFL caliber wide receiver on the roster right now until we see what John Mechie's capable of doing. And he's coming off an ACL tear. Give me Brandin Cooks over 55.5 yards. Last one here. And hit that thumbs up if you haven't. If you're still watching and haven't hit that thumbs up and subscribe, show some love. And follow me at Loughy_D, LOUGHY_D on Twitter. Tua Tagovailoa, over 230 passing yards, 230.5 passing yards. I get it. He has not been good against the Patriots in 3 career starts. It's been bad, actually. And that's not really shocking. But this is a totally different Dolphins offense than we've seen. I mean, very different. They went out and signed Teron Armstead in free agency, massive improvement at left tackle. Got a reinforcement, 2 on the line at Connor Williams. And they can't be worse than they were last year. They should be markedly improved, as a matter of fact, even if it means there's still some serious question marks elsewhere, even if they're just close to middle of the road. It's still better than one of, if not the worst offensive line in terms of pass protection in all of football last season. And now you have the improvements to the line, you have a new coaching regime, and you have Jalen Waddle, who's paired with Tyreek Hill, right? I mean, how do you not love that? How do you not love the fact that Tyreek Hill comes in? They gave up the farm for him, but Tyreek Hill comes in playing alongside Waddle. I'm still unsure how that's going to look and how it's going to work, but both of these guys were top 11 in yards after the catch last year. And I don't understand also why, if you're running this football team, you go out and get Tyreek Hill, you retool the line, why you wouldn't look to throw the ball deep more often, why you wouldn't want to open this offense up a lot more than we did last year. I mean, Tua barely threw deep last year, but he had the league's best adjusted completion percentage on those deep attempts among anyone in the league, 55.2%. And now he's got plenty of weapons at his disposal. I love it. And he has good pass catching options out of the backfield, which he's going to need, since I don't think their run blocking is going to get all that much better from last year either. So yeah, the matchup sucks. I get it, but I'm banking on the new coaching staff, bolstered offensive line, and the addition of Tyreek Hill to get Tua over 230.5 mark in week 1. And let's be honest here. I'm not talking about getting over 280, 230. We need 231 passing yards with the weapons that he has on this team, with better pass blocking, an excellent left tackle, in addition, in free agency. Yeah, 230.5, despite the matchup, seems pretty damn good. Anyway, appreciate you guys. As always, follow me at Loughy_D. We'll be back here doing some more of this in the future, I think. I don't know. Anyway, PrizePicks.com, Awesemo, AWESEMO, get you $100 first match deposit bonus when you sign up. Peace.